Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python learning session. So in our previous videos we learned about pandas and numpy, how to work with data frame, how to work with a particular column from that data frame with numpy. So with pandas we analyze our data, we our we create our conclusion on the basis of trends and patterns. With Matplotlib, we do the visualization part. So we show our findings in the form of plots and graphs with Matplotlib library. So that graph that we generate, that plots that we generate can be line plot, bar plot, scatter plot, and all. To work on that matplotlib, as we worked on pandas and numpy, we import our module, our library called matplotlib, and from that matplotlib we call again a submodule called pyplot. So we call both matplotlib dot pyplot, or from matplotlib import pyplot, and we give it a short name plt as plt. In our previous video, if you have seen those videos, we called numpy as np and pandas as pd. So same way we call our matplotlib pyplot as plt. So first we need to import our modules, require modules to work on that. So we will call pandas, numpy, and matplotlib. We are working on the same file that we have worked before in our pandas and numpy video. If you haven't seen those videos, please go and check the link in description box. That's the link of the playlist where you will find all the videos from the beginning till now, and also there's a link of GitHub repository where you find all the lessons that we have covered in the videos from beginning till now. So that will help you to understand and practice everything if you have missed anything. So here, as I told you before as well, if the file is saved in the same folder where your notebook you are working with, then you don't need to give a path. You just give a file name. But if the file is saved in another folder, then you give your folder name with slash and then your file name. So we'll run this, and we have loaded our file here, you can see. Info function will give you all the information. So about like what df is, a data frame. There is 458 rows entries in there, there's 9 columns, and you can see the name of columns is name, team, number, position, age, height, weight, college, and salary. Here you can see how many entries each column has, and what kind of data type values is there in the column. So here you can see college column has 373 and salary column has 446. Though all other columns has 457 values. So that means these two columns, college and salary, has some missing data. Some data that is not filled in there or that's been missed. So what we can do to handle these missing data, we can drop these rows, whatever rows has null value or no value inside it, with dropna method. So in dropna method, if we pass in place equals to true argument, what it does, it will make your changes in the data frame permanent. So whenever you call your data frame, that will come with the changes. So here I'm dropping all the rows that has missing data or that has null value in any column. So if I run it, you can check the info. Now there is 364 rows in each column. So all rows has same value as other columns as well. Right. There are other methods also to handle a missing value that we will discuss later in further videos. But today we are doing this only because here my aim is to show how to generate plot. So to generate plot, we use plot function. What plot function do? Plot function generally either draw a line, it creates a line plot, or it draw point in your diagram. So point is like markers. So it shows certain points to your plot. Plot function carries two parameters. One is x-axis and one is y-axis. So we are now using our series. So here is a height series. Height is the CD name. And I'm calling height column here with value counts. So what it will do, it will take all the unique values from height, and then it will check how many times it is repeating itself, and then it will give us a count of that. So if we print that, you can see 6 to 9 height has 49 times its repetition. So that means 49 persons has 6 to 9 target age, right? Now, what we are doing, we are finding from height series that whoever has 5 to 9 and 5 to 11 height, the value here, whatever value it's coming here, findings, it will come in X. And in Y, what I'm calling numpy array, that is X dot index. So whatever index value, whatever this index value is there, it will come in Y. Now I'm calling plot function to generate 2 point positions. Why point positions? Because I'm using marker here in code O. If I don't use this marker, it will draw a line that I will show you. Plt.show. What plt.show is doing? Plt.show will display your plot. Plt.plot, it will generate a diagram. It can be a line diagram or it can be a two pointer or marker diagram. So here, if I run this, you can see that 5 9 height and 5 11 height. So 5 11, so you can see these values here. So there is one person and there is three persons who has this height and who has this height. If you don't use marker here, for example, what it will do, it will create a line from here to here, right? So to show the points, just points, what we do, we use marker. Now there is no label. You just see two markers and some numbers, but you can't see what is showing what. Like what is this? What is this? So to give a name to your x-axis and y-axis, you to your x-axis and y-axis, you give a label, a name to it by plt.xlabel method and plt.ylabel method. So you call xlabel method to give the name to x-axis and y-label method to give the name to y-axis. And there is another method called title to give the title to the plot. So if you run it, you can see it is the same plot, but here I didn't give any markers, so that's why it's a line plot. And again, I used all the index here and all the values here, so I didn't select any data. So whatever is there in the height column, it's showing all data here. So now you got x-axis value, that is the total number of, sorry, y-axis here, total number of participants. You can see your x-axis here, that is height, and you can see the title of the plot, that number of participants of different height range, right? Now you can change the size of also of the plot. You can see these data here, height is merging and you can't see clearly which height is showing what. So you can change the size of the plot, and there are different methods to do that. So here first what we are doing, we are using set fig height to change the height of the plot and set fig width to change the width of the plot. So here I'm using fig variable to call plt.figure. So I'm creating a plot object here, you can say fig, and then with that object I'm calling method set fit height, and I'm giving a height, how much height I want, and again fig dot set width, how much sorry, width is 15, and how much height I want for the plot 5. And then here I'm calling again the same plot that I have called above, line plot, by passing the same arguments x and y value, and then plt and dot show to display my plot. So you can say it's the same plot but with different height and width. There is another method called fixed size that you can change height and width in inches. So here, while calling plt.figure, while defining your figure, inside that figure method as an argument, you pass fixed size equals to, and you pass your width, figure width, and height in tuple with comma separator. And then you call your plot. So here I'm calling my plot in show method. So it will go in one line. So you can see the same plot, but height and width has been changed. And there is third method as well, that is called RC parameters or RC params, that treats as a dictionary where you give the key as figure dot fixed size, and in the value you pass your width and height of the figure, and then you call your plot. So you can see plot size and width been changed. What it does, what it does, the RC params, the default size of a figure can be permanently changed. So it is changed permanently as per the needs of the user, like how much size it wants for this figure. So these were the line plots. Now we come about bar plots. To create bar plot, we use bar method. So to create line, we use plot method. To create a bar, we use bar method. So I'm passing the same argument, height, same values x and y that I used in line plot. If I show that, you can see where the line were, now there is bars for each value, for each index. You can see how much values were there. Now to show the scatter plot, we use scatter function, and this is the same parameters I'm passing x and y. So this is very simple. To create bar plot, we use bar function. To create line plot, we use plt.plot. For scatter, we use plt.scatter. And when you run it, where the line were, now you can see all the dots are there. Now you can change these dots as well with marker, like what kind of design you want. It's a circle or it's plus or another, you can change that. With scatter plot, you can actually create multiple plots in one plot as well. That can be in line plot as well, that can be in bar plot as well. You create two plots but you show it in one, so that merges both the data into one. So here I'm using different uh, data set, that is showing duration, pulse rate, normal pulse rate, maximum pulse rate, and then calories, how much they're burning. So here I'm calling two plots. First plot is plt.scatter with calories and pulse with marker circle. And then again I'm calling scatter plot with the same index, same x value, that is calories, and in y value, y axis, I'm taking max pulse with the marker plus. So my scatter, my dots will be in plus. And now I'm showing plt dot show. So this will display my chart. If I run this, it will show in two different colors because it is one plot which is showing two different data. So that's why it is in two different colors. So now here, when you show this chart to your user, again you can see there are some findings but you can't see what is there. So to show what is orange color means, what is blue color means, what it is showing, you use legend. So here I'm calling same two plots, but I'm using legend method here, where in the legend method in square brackets I'm showing my first plot or my first data is pulse and my second data is max pulse, and the location with the lock keyword, that it should be legend should be in lower right corner, and then I show my plot, you can see there is the legend here that is showing blue circle means pulse and plus means maximum pulse. So now you can show what this data is showing, what these two different color mean. You can show legend by this method as well. So while defining your plots, you can set your label with label keyword here. So label equals to pulse and here labels equals to max pulse. And then you call just your legend method without any parameter, without any argument. So when you run it, you can see you haven't defined any marker here. So both the data is in circle, but you can see they are different colors, pulse and then max pulse. Now it's pie chart. To generate pie chart, you use pie method, and pie method takes only numerical value and of course one value. So here I'm calling height column again with its value counts, because if you check height, it is object, it is a string. So I'm giving it value count because it takes numerical value only, and when I show it, it generates a pie chart for me. But again, you can see just a circle with different slices, color slices, but you can't come to an conclusion because you can't see any label in that. What is that? So for label, when you call pie chart, you give label, and here I'm passing label dot index. So all the heights you will show here, and then plt dot show. So it will create label here. So here, because these are very small figures and this is mixing with each other, you can't read. So to create a legend for pie chart, you just call pie chart here. In the legend, you pass your label and the location where you want to place your legend. If you run this, you will see your legend has created with different colors. So now you can see which color means what. I hope you understand it. If there is any difficulty, any problem, please write me in the comment box and I'll give you more examples. Now, histogram. So histogram is a graph that shows frequency distribution and number of observation within each given interval. So histogram shows you a particular column full value range in different intervals. So you can see your whole column in one go in histogram, and you can reach to a conclusion. That is by Hist method. So in the Hist method, you pass your value, that is height, or you can define an x or y, whatever you want. And when you show it, it will show you the number, so in different intervals. So you can see here that 5 to 9 height has one person, so it gives you basically an observation about your data. You can create subplots as well, that means multiple plots in one go by subplot method. Subplot method basically takes three arguments. The first argument is the number of rows you want, like how many rows you want to create your plot. Then column, how many columns you want to generate a subplot. And then index number of the current plot, where you want to place your this current plot. So for example here, plt.subplot I'm calling. Here I'm saying I want just one row, two columns, and in the first column I want to generate my this plot, current plot. Here in the second plot, I'm doing the same thing, but in the second place, I want to plot this current plot. So one row, second column, second place. So if I run this, you can see two plots has been generated in 1 and 2. First is showing pulse and second is showing max pulse. Again, to give your legend or to give label, you can use those functions as I have explained you earlier. If you don't want to create in two columns, you want to create in two rows. So you what you will do, you will make the row 2 column 1, and again first place this, two rows, one column, and second place this. And when you run it, now you can see it's converted into two different rows. So I hope you understand it. If you like my video, please press like button. Don't forget to subscribe it. And if you want notification for my upcoming videos, please press bell icon as well. So whenever I upload my next video, you will get the notification about it. Don't forget to check the link below, that is the GitHub repository link also, where you will find all the exercises that we have covered in the videos, and also the playlist link where you will find all the videos from the beginning till now. So if you miss anything, please go through those videos and check. And whenever you find any problem, any difficulty, you just post it in the comment and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Keep learning, keep practicing. If you feel anything difficult, don't stop, because practice makes a man perfect. Keep practicing, keep learning, keep your passion on high. So, see you until next video. Bye bye.